This opening has a 62% win rate and it's called the Evans Gambit. Okay, so Evans Gambit part 2. So in part 1, we discussed how the Evans Gambit is a line of the Italian. After bishop to c5, we end up going b4 to attack the bishop and gambit a pawn. After that happens, we go c3, and we discussed after bishop goes to c5, we go d4, attacking the bishop and attacking the pawn in the center. And most of the time we will see e takes d4. So when that happens, we want a castle. We're making room for bringing our rook into the game, and at the same time have pressure here, and at the same time just have a lot of things open up. That's pretty much the idea of the Evans Gambit. It's really just to open things up and develop a little bit faster than your opponent can and just attack, attack, attack. And we discussed last time where if d takes c3, you have a bishop sacrifice. In this line, we're going to be talking about if he tries to develop instead, if he knows that that's not a good move. So if he goes to knight f6, we're going to end up taking on d4, attacking the bishop. It forces it to go away. And after, once it backs up, we actually have e5 here. So he's basically forced to come here. He can go other places, but who wants to go on the edge of the board with a knight? And who wants to just go backwards after just bringing your knight out, right? So they'll probably come to g5. And when they do, you can end up developing your knight to c3. And now we're getting some good development. We have some attacks going. And a lot of the time, the king will start feeling unsafe. So what will happen when it starts feeling unsafe? It'll think, let's castle here. But we have a beautiful move called bishop g5 attacking the queen. And it works so well because he can't push f6 due to it being pinned by the bishop. Now, in this move, they'll probably go queen to e8. And once they go there, we can then go knight to d5, attacking the bishop and attacking, threatening this fork here, and also having a minor threat here with a royal fork. So in this position, your opponent is most likely going to play d6 because if you play h6, you can just back up the bishop covering the same line, and you cannot play g5 here because then you're going to have a knight sacrifice. And if he takes back with the h-pawn, you can take the knight and this pawn is pinned. It can no longer take your bishop, so h6 just does not work here. So when they play d6, they'll be playing it in order to prepare h6 so that it can protect the knight so that doesn't happen. But in this situation, we can just take, and then if he takes back trying to give lines open for his bishop, we can attack his queen straight up with rook e1. And he still can't come back here, can't go forward, can't go anywhere on this line, so he has to go to d7 or block for some reason. He just loses a piece if he does that. And then we have the beautiful move h3, and this knight is completely lost. There's nothing it can do, or else you will lose the queen, because if it goes back here, we can take with our bishop. If he takes back, we have a royal fork going on. And if he goes the other way, we have the same exact sequence, and we win the queen. So if he sees this and doesn't want to lose the queen, you just win a piece, and then if he does something else, you just move your bishop and come back. So that was part 2 of Evans Gambit, and I'll see you in the next one.